Hello, coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today we have 50 plus years of 50 pence coins from the United Kingdom. They first came out in 1969, so actually it's been about 52 years. So let's take a look through some of the coins that we have, and let's see if we can actually get it focused on the coins. And so we have a bunch of P's coming up here. We have the pre-decimal coin, which is right here, the 1969. We have the Public Libraries coin, which is right here, the 50p. Then we have the Paddington at, there he is, Paddington at St. Paul's, 50p. We have the Ping Pong or Table Tennis, 50p. And finally, in this little group, we have the Beatrix Potter Thomasina Tittlemouse, Mrs. Thomasina Tittlemouse, 50p. So let's look through them and just talk about where they came from and what changes they've made and all the different things that have happened. So let's start with, of course, this one. And in 1969, the United Kingdom started its move towards decimalization. And as part of that move toward decimalization, they put out a new pence. And this is the 50 new pence from 1969. And if we can tip it up here and get the light right, we see that it has Queen Elizabeth II on it. And right here, Elizabeth II. Here it says DG Reg FD 1969. By the grace of God, Queen and Defender of the Faith, 1969. Now this coin has the second portrait, the so-called Arnold Machen second portrait on it. And that's Queen Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It's a copper nickel coin. It's an equilateral curved heptagon, which means it has 7 sides that kind of curve around here. But they're not, an equilateral curve means that from this point to this point to any point on the other side is exactly the same distance. That's what the equilateral curve bit is. And notice when I say that they went to new pence, they actually put that on the coins in 1969. So this is 50 new pence. And this is Britannia here. And this is a little bit different view of Britannia than was on the large penny. She is holding an olive branch and the trident, lion at her feet and shield. And when I say feet, you can actually see her feet in some of the better versions of this. The uncirculated, you can actually see her toes. So this is Britannia. This is a Christopher Ironside engraving here that came out with this 50 new pence in 1969. Now, they've changed the new pence a lot, and we'll talk about many of the changes they've made. But when it came out in 1969, this was it. And so it said 50, and then it said new pence on the back. Then in 1982, they came out with a different one. Again, a copper nickel coin, and this is it here. And you notice that it's exactly the same size, an equilateral curved heptagon, same image on the front, the Arnold Machen portrait. But in 1982, they took the new off the back, and this is in 83. They took the new off the back and just put 50 pence here. So kept the 50 on the bottom, kept all the same portrait, took the new off and put a 50 in. And so this is the 1982 version. They made this from 1982 to 1984. Same size and everything else. In 1984, they stopped making this coin. And in 1985, they came out with another 50p coin from 1985 to 1997, which was exactly the same, except it had this image on it. Now, this image here is from the 1997 coin, but here's what they did in 1997. In 1997, they put, we are having some trouble with the lighting today, but I will try to get it right. In 1997, they put out a small type 50p. So here's the small type 50p, here's the large type 50p, and you see that it is just hugely different. So let me get this right. Sometimes this live stuff's a little tricky, as you're seeing. So this is the small 50p, this is the old large 50p. And so in 1997, they actually put out both. So if you're collecting United Kingdom coins, go for both the large 50p and the small 50p from 1997. Now, when I say they put out a large 50p, I want you to remember, though, that they only came out from 1985 to 1997. They only came out in proof and brilliant uncirculated. So you'll have to buy the larger ones from 85 to 97 in a set. Then in 1997, they came out with another smaller one, and this is a smaller one. Same thing, Christopher Ironside on the back, and 50p. Now, something that's interesting is that in 1997, when they came out with this coin, they did 456 million, so 500 million of these came out. And they decided they were going to try to make the British, United Kingdom public use the 50p coins because they wanted to change up the change system. Well, United States, we tried that too. So in 1965, this is a 66, we came out with the Kennedy $50 right after President Kennedy died. And from 65 to 70, they were 40% silver. And you can actually see this has a silver in it. And on the back of the United States $50 or 50-cent coins, we see that it has the Frank Gasparo on the back, and you can actually see his initials down here if we blow it up. Frank Gasparo. And then the front of the Kennedy was a Gilroy Roberts, was the GR here. This came out in 1965. Let me show you the let me show you the 2020 version. So this is a 65 $50 from the United States. Here's a 2020 $50 from the United States. Notice any difference? Well, not really. So from 1965 until 2020, exactly the same image on the front, exactly the same image on the back, but people are going to say, well, no, they changed it once. Yep, they did. In 1976, they put out the bicentennial version. So essentially we have three different coins. And on the bicentennial version, you see they changed the front and the back. In his Independence Hall, and then for the numbering, they did the 76 to 76, essentially. So the United States coin has changed. It's gone from 65 silver to a bicentennial coin, and then back again to this coin here. In the United Kingdom, however, they decided around the year 2000 to let's just go for it. And they started putting out all kinds of coins, and this is one of the first of the coins, the Public Library 150th Anniversary coin. And you see this says Public Libraries here, 50 pence underneath this kind of flipping page of a book. Can you tell that's a book? Hopefully. There we go. So that's a book and the page is flipping. They stuck the 50 pence in here. Just a real nice engraving, 1850 to 2000. And we see on the front, we have another portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. And this is the, and again, she's wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, but it is the fourth portrait, the so-called Ian Rank Broadley portrait, IRB, right here. So on this one, this is when they started going to the public libraries. Yeah, they did the National Health Service. They did a bunch of one. Then they came out with a Paddington series, and this is the Paddington series from 2019. And Paddington goes around. And so he goes to the Tower of London, he goes to St. Paul's Cathedral, he goes to a couple other places, and these came out in a set, and they also are circulating, and they're nice coins. So if you can find these, this actually was Jody Clark did this is the fifth portrait on the front. It's a Jody Clark, and you can see the JC right here. Yeah, oh, that's right. The train station and the palace. So this is the St. Paul's one. And then way up here, you can see the initials here. And that's a DK for David Knapton. And Knapton is Knapton. So he was the engraver of this one. And then we have this one. This is the one that people get angry at me at. because I call this ping pong, and they call it table tennis. Regardless, it's an Olympic sport, and it's on a 50p coin from 2011. And again, the Ian Rank Broadley portrait. And then finally, my favorite series of these are the Peter Rabbit series. And this is Mrs. Tittlemouse right here, Thomasina Tittlemouse. And she is on the 50p from 2018. And there's all different kinds of these. So if you collect these, one of the things I want to say is that some of these I got from Bungle Collects Coins in the United Kingdom. So let me show you the I'll show you the Bungle Collects Coins. This is my Bungle Collects Coins keychain, and look what I do. I pull out the I pull out all my coins and I touch them all, and then Bungle's keychain, I keep it in the plastic so I don't ruin it. Oh yes, Coin Patrol says that's the Paralympics one. Let me show you that again. So that's a great catch there. So what happens is that on some of these coins came out for the Olympics, and some of them came out for the Paralympics. Let's see if we can find that one again. And this is actually the Paralympics one, and you can tell by looking at the very top right up there. Thanks, great catch on that one. No Olympic rings on here, and you can see the sign for the Paralympics up at the top. These coins, some people say, are these coins worth keeping? I should say that on these old large ones, they did take them out of circulation. So they were demonetized in 1982. February 28th, 1982, all the large 50p's were demonetized. So I guess you could keep them, but they're not really rare because so many people have them. And then what else have we got? We've got a couple newer ones. This one I kind of like because remember how I said that this one right here was a Christopher Ironside engraving? Well, they actually put out a 50p to celebrate Christopher Ironside. And this is a Christopher Ironside engraving here of the Royal Shield, and it's a 50 pence. And this came out to celebrate Christopher Ironside's the 100th anniversary of his birth in 2013. So he actually was born, I believe, in 1913, and this was the 200th year of his birth. He was not alive at the time, but they put out this to kind of celebrate Christopher Ironside. So this is kind of a nice looking. Now, if you look way down in here, you see the motto down here, and if we look right back to the front, we see that this is the fourth portrait wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, the Ian Rank Broadley portrait. And then, of course, this is the one that you see all the time now. And this is the 50p, the portion of the Shield coin. And we can see that one right there. All right, I think I'm about done looking at these 50p's. I'm hoping that everybody has a Happy New Year. Best wishes to all of you. And I'm hoping kind of for a kinder, gentler, safer 2001. And maybe we'll even get to do a few pub crawls, or at least visit a pub and sit inside and swear and drink, if we're lucky. All right, have a great day from DC Coin World International Coin Channel, and have a great year to all of you.